would be fantastic.
That'd be all right.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's get some money. 1 minute on the clock, $2,000 for every correct answer. Are you good to go?
I am.
Best of luck to you, and your time starts now. A common lullaby lyric is "Hush, little baby, don't you
Cry.
Cry.
Correct. Papa Don't Preach was a hit 80s single for which
Madonna.
icon?
Madonna.
Correct. An image of what sensory organ features on the logo of the CBS network?
Eyeball.
Eye.
Correct. Which former UK Prime Minister shares her surname with a category of tomatoes?
Margaret Thatcher.
Liz Truss. In a singles tennis tournament, how many players play in the quarterfinals?
4.
8. Which classic sitcom stars Fred McMurray as a widower?
My
raising
Three
two
Sons.
boys?
Pass.
My Three Sons. The political initialism EEZ stands for Exclusive Economic
Zone.
Pass.
Zone. PIC is a common abbreviation of what word meaning an image?
Picture.
Yeah.
Correct. The famous Little Mermaid statue in Copenhagen is made of what metal alloy?
Bronze.
Pass.
Bronze. The term Machiavellian derives from which Italian diplomat's surname?
Machiavelli.
Pass.
Machiavelli. The 90s film The Peacemaker stars George Clooney and Aussie actor Nicole who?
Kidman.
Correct. What animals are the kids? Okay. Hey, Alexis, good.
Had a missing missile, isn't it?
$1,000. Did you feel so that all right? Nice. Well, let's start getting some money together for that. Okay. 1 minute on the clock, $2,000 for every correct answer, Lou. Yep. Ready to go? Yes, sir. Let's do it. Your time starts now. What jingling object is often affixed to a cat's collar to protect
Bell.
the local wild bell? Correct. Meaning puzzle, what name was given to an infamous German wartime encoding device?
Enigma.
Pass. Enigma. The acronym SET stands for Stock Exchange of which Southeast Asian country?
Thailand.
Taiwan. Thailand. Survey says is a catchphrase from which TV game show? Family Feud. Correct. The headquarters of the Ultimate Fighting Championship are in which US city? Las Vegas. Correct. A treatment for polio, the Kenny method, is named after whom? Kenny. More information? Pass. Elizabeth Kenny. An alliterative idiom meaning to gauge an audience's mood is reading the what? Room. Correct. Sylvester Stallone first played Rocky Balboa in which film?
Rocky.
Pass. Rocky.
Obvious
An
one.
adult Solomon's cockatoo predominantly has feathers of what colour?
White.
White. Correct. An Australian fashion label launched in 1987 is Scanlon who?
Pass.
Theodore. Luke 10. Let's do it, Mark. Your time starts now. Which Sydney landmark is promoted as the most climbed bridge in the world?
Sydney Harbour.
Correct. Shake It Off was a hit song for US pop star Taylor who?
Swift.
Swift. Correct. Beginning with M, which of the 3 classes of rock is formed by pressure?
Metamorphic.
Correct. The stage musical Wicked features characters from which classic Judy Garland film? Wizard of Oz. Correct. Derived from card games, an alliterative term for a person's talent is strong what?
Suit.
Pass. Suit. The paradise shelduck is a waterfowl native to which South Pacific country? New Zealand.
Fiji.
Correct. Which make of car raced its last Bathurst 1000 in 2022?
Holden Commodore.
Correct. The word trialogue means a dialogue between how many parties?
3.
Correct. What is the state religion of the Asian country of Bhutan?
Hindu.
Correct. In the Royal Australian Navy, OPV stands for Offshore Patrol what?
Vessel.
Pass. Vessel. The adjective linguiform means having the shape of which part of the mouth?
Tongue.
Correct.
Of course, Bhutan would be Buddhism rather than Hindu, wouldn't it? Yeah.
That is an exceptional
Nepal might be
catch.
Hindu,
Well
wouldn't
done
it?
to you. Thanks. Here comes the Governess now. Time starts now. What is the minimum age required to apply for a New South Wales learner licence?
17.
16.
Correct. Mimolette is
down to
a
16,
French cheese typically made from the milk of what animal?
Cow.
Cow. Featuring 2 dome-covered biomes, the Eden Project is in which country?
Pass.
UK. The animated film Happy Feet is mainly set on which continent?
Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Correct. Which field hockey player position is allowed to touch the ball with their feet?
Goalkeeper.
Pass.
Goalkeeper. In TV's The Big Bang Theory, the character Penny works at which restaurant chain?
Pass.
The Cheesecake Factory, the nautical term head typically denotes what plumbing fixture?
Toilet.
Tap.
Toilet. Come Away With Me was the debut album for US singer Nora who?
Jones.
Pass. Jones. Giving its name to high-grade beef, what is the capital of Japan's Hyogo Prefecture?
Oh, yeah, what's it called?
Wagyu?
Kobe.
Yeah.
Heathcote National Park is on the outskirts of which Australian capital city?
Sydney.
Sydney.
Correct. A Logie Hall of Fame member is the current affairs show titled For What? Corners. You need 2 minutes on the clock. Hands on buzzers now.
Didn't even hear what he said.
Best of luck, guys. Your
He said
final
4, I'd
chase
have known 4 corners.
starts now. The Advent wreath is a symbol of what major religion?
Mark.
Christmas. Christianity. What was the first video game console released by Microsoft?
Michelle. Atari.
Xbox. Which famed Macedonian king fought at the Battle
Alexander
of
the Great.
Mark.
Pass. Alexander the Great. Haldi is the Hindi name for which yellow spice?
Oh, yeah, saffron.
Saffron. Turmeric. In which
Ah.
European capital is the Palais Garnier Opera House?
Paris.
Michelle. Pass.
Paris. Nickelback is a position
you have
in
a
which
guess?
US major pro sport?
Football.
American football. Correct. What word means both a tiny bite and a small sip of spirits?
Nip.
Michelle. Nip.
Correct. Until 1809, Finland was part of which country?
Russia.
Luke.
Pass. Sweden. What black Eurasian bird shares its name
cropper
with a
there.
chess piece?
Pretty confident on that.
Michelle. Crow.
Rook. A traditional British song is Knees Up, Mother Who?
Luke.
Pass. Brown. What noble title did American revolutionary hero Lafayette have?
Michelle.
General.
Pass.
Marquis.
Oh.
A Shetland is a variety of what?
Luke.
Horse.
Yes.
Bull. The spotted hyena is native to which continent?
Africa.
Africa. Correct. Having a strong gaze is commonly called being steely what?
Eyed.
Eyed. Correct. In which US state was author John Steinbeck born?
Oh. California.
California. Correct. What is the common four-letter abbreviation for brigantine?
Brig.
Luke.
Brig. Correct. Which New York baseball team is known as the Bronx Bombers?
Mets.
The Jets. Yankees. In medicine, RUQ commonly stands for right upper what?
Quadrant.
Quadrant. Correct. Of which ancient civilization was Heraclitus a philosopher?
Greek.
Greek. Correct. What is the name of the online dictionary founded by Wikimedia?
Michelle. Wikipedia.
Wiktionary. The food term charcuterie is borrowed from French. Just 11 steps. I thought they'd get a few more in there, actually.
Yeah, I think they were unlucky. They were nervous to start with, so they passed some they should have had a go on, and there were some that just weren't quite in their wheelhouse.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, a
Final
name
test
that
continues
sounded
right
French
after
for an
these
opera
news
house,
headlines.
you'd guess Paris rather than passing, wouldn't you?
Four murdered in her home with two of her children inside. A family
Guess it
devastated
could also be
by
Brussels,
an unthinkable puppy attack in Melbourne's north. The warning signs leading up to Matthew Perry's shock death. The scam targeting car owners in Melbourne's southeast. Bosses pushing...
Now, a conifer's strobilus is most commonly known as a pine what? Cone.
Yeah.
Correct. What starchy vegetable is known in French
Potato.
as pomme de terre?
Yeah, apple of the earth.
Correct. Which US state is closest to the equator?
Florida.
Stop the clock.
Might
Which
be
US state is
Texas.
closest to the equator? Hawaii.
Yeah, no, Hawaii, yeah.
Hawaii. Hawaii is right. Where you'll be able to wear that shirt? Chaser needs 10, 1:47 on the clock. And your time restarts now. A marble sculpture by Michelangelo is titled The Genius of what?
Pass.
Stop the clock. The marble sculpture by Michelangelo is titled The Genius of what? You're nodding.
I said knowledge or something.
Knowledge. The genius of knowledge. The genius of one.
One.
One. One.
Man,
Victory.
maybe?
What we need. 1:39 on the clock. Chaser needs 10. And your time restarts now. Beginning with A, what landlocked country is an EU member?
Austria.
Austria.
Correct. In science, RCT stands for randomized controlled what?
Ooh, theory.
Testing.
Stop the clock. In science, RCT stands for randomized controlled what? Test. Trial. Trial. Okay, Chaser needs 9, 1:28 on the clock, and your time restarts now. The Hong Kong Sevens is an annual competition of what sport?
Rugby.
Correct. A classic Paul Gallico novella is titled The Snow What?
Goose.
Yeah.
Correct. An iconic rap group formed in the 90s is Wu-Tang what?
Clan.
Correct. Which digit on a human hand does not have a middle phalanx?
Thumb.
The thumb.
Correct. A 2022 Marvel TV special is titled Werewolf by what?
Pass.
Stop the clock. A 2022 Marvel
Birth,
TV special
choice,
is titled Werewolf by what? You got to slow
Nature.
down, guys. No, I got nothing.
Birth, choice, nature. There's my 3 picks for words.
Werewolf by midnight.
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 No, can't think of anything.
Got nothing else. Midnight. So close. Night. Werewolf by night.
Yeah.
Chaser needs 5 now. 1:01 on the clock. Time restarts now. In what decade was the PDF file format released by Adobe?
90s.
2000s.
Stop the clock. In what decade was the PDF file format released by Adobe?
90s.
90s, Larry.
90s is right, and that's your fifth opportunity. We need a couple more.
Why did I say that?
Chaser, they're glad you did it.
Thanks, Sam.
Chaser needs 6:55 on the clock. Time restarts now. Which continent is closest to the Canary Islands?
Europe.
Africa.
Oh,
Correct.
yes.
Subtitled Storyteller is a memoir of Aussie author Bryce who?
Courtney.
Pass.
Stop the clock. Subtitled Storyteller is a memoir of Aussie author Bryce who?
Courtney. Larry?
Bryce Courtney is
Must
right.
be only
With your
Australians
sixth
who've heard of him.
opportunity, Chaser needs 6. We're closing the gap. 45 seconds on the clock.
Even though he's a South African.
Time restarts now. King Gorm the Old was the ruler of which Nordic country?
Norway.
Denmark.
Correct.
Yeah.
What three-letter term denotes a formal oath taken by nuns?
Vow.
Val. Yeah.
Correct. A steak cooked slightly more than medium is medium what?
Rare.
Well done.
Correct.
Oh,
Juiz de Fora is a city in which South American country?
Brazil.
Brazil.
Correct. Hippology is the study of which equine animal?
Horses.
Correct. Which of the main Axis powers surrendered first in World
Italy.
War II?
Italy.
Correct. Wow, we've got it down to 10 seconds. We thought you were in trouble there from there.
I thought I was in trouble. There were some tricky ones there. There were some
Actually
I
took it
simply-
pretty
I've
close,
never heard
didn't
of
they?
Bryce Courtney. I'm awfully sorry.
All right. Came home strong in the end. We've got to say goodbye to that $34,000, guys, but we got it right down there. Lovely to meet you all. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you next time right here on The Chase.
All they needed maybe was if they'd have said Paris, it